Morning, fellow wood gods. So, I was just going through Starbucks and it occurred to me that I should maybe document this on how to start a woodwork business. Now, I'm going to go into partnership with my father-in-law, and I've been a joiner, carpenter and both by trade for a very long time, and we sat down the other week and we decided that maybe opening a workshop would be the way forward from scratch. Now that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work trying to get into woodwork. As anybody had a go, any enthusiast, anybody that just loves it as a passion knows it's a lot of work. You need a fair few amount of tools, equipment. So I thought, bugger it, why don't we document this? Why don't we put this down? We're about a week deep in thought. We've got a company name. We've looked at our premises, and we're going to make this dream a reality. So we thought, why don't we try bring this to fruition for you guys as well, and follow our journey from day one. So this is where we're at. So I just thought, let's have a little chat about this, exactly what it's going to entail. So from the minute go, right, what do we need? Well, we need a company. Okay, brilliant. Right, company names. A lot harder to think of than you realise. Okay, right. Now, I've accumulated a fair few tools over my time. The last 5-6 years I've been in the building game, doing extensions, new builds, stuff like that. And I'm just not enjoying it like I was. So going back to my manufacturing side, I love it. I miss crafting stuff out of wood and actually helping people develop their skills with wood as well. I've done everything from the bottom to the top, doing high-end hotels, fit outs, machining high-end gates, garage doors, windows, you name it, staircases. Like I've made all sorts. So why not make this dream a reality? Now that's going to take a little bit of money, which we have, not massive amounts, but enough. And it's going to take a lot of determination. And of course, having the determination is probably 90% of what we need here. Because if you don't get up and do it, you'll never do it. So this last week, we've been working hard. We've contacted people because I can't do it from a garage. It's not big enough. And I've got big dreams and big aspirations. So we've done some product research. We've done some name research for the company. We've now got a company name, which I'll reveal later on. We possibly got a workspace, and we're looking for machines, because for what I'd like to do, we can get away with power tools, but I think machines are the way forward. And you can get these machines on a normal plug anyway to start with. We're not looking at going at massive industrial to start with, but we'll build up to that. And hopefully through this profile and documentary and everything documented, we will see that, and you guys will see that, and we'll build up the company from scratch with a little bit of our own backing and money, a bit of blood, sweat and tears, and we'll see where it gets us. Hopefully you guys can follow the journey and help us a little bit here and there, bit of encouragement, because it's not going to be easy. We've got, like I say, we've got company name, we've got building, we've got materials, we need to set up somewhere to sell our products. We need to build a product base. The product that we're selling, there's going to be many variants of it, so as in sizes, heights, widths. We're probably going to start with 3 products. Now, you shouldn't go crazy depending on your experience. You should maybe only go with 1 or 2 products to start with, but I can do this. I've got the experience on the manufacturer side. You know, it's what I did for 15 years of my life. My background was site carpentry from school, manufacturer joiner till about 7 years ago. And within that, I started going into the building game around COVID time. And obviously with what went on over COVID and that, I kind of more got into the building game because the work was massively busy. But I'm not enjoying it. So father-in-law came to me and asked, you know, he's got a couple of quid. Like I say, not be all end all of the world, but should we invest in houses? Now it was a bit more like, well, should we invest in something that we've got a passion for? You know, build a manufactured joiner business from scratch, or a woodworking business, however you guys want to say it. And this can be at any scale. So why not document it, go forward, and put out a video. Well, sorry. So we kind of did all that, talked about it, got a company name, and then as I was driving to go see a unit that my father-in-law found, I was literally like, we could document this on YouTube for future reference, you know, on a fresh start-up business, a woodworking business, and how our journey goes from pretty much day one. So yeah, so like I say, you've got a lot to think about. Obviously, you need a company name, you need a brand, you need a place to work from, you need machines to build this with, and this can go from anything from what we're going to do. To start with, you only need minimum tools. Timber wise, for one of the products we're going to need a fair amount of timber. For the other 2 products, it's going to be like build it up as we go. But I think there's a big market for these 3 products, and I'm not necessarily going to go bespoke, because I think that's limiting us to, what's the word? It's limiting our range, our broad range. And I want to offer our services to a lot of people. So yeah, so you're going to have to stick around to see what we're going to start manufacturing. And there's millions of them. I'm from the UK, so there's millions of these in the UK. And I think it's going to be a massive, massive selling point, because I worked in a company that did these, and I know the market was there for them. So I'm going to apply a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of enthusiasm, and a little bit of my skill to this, and we're going to set up a workshop. We're going to set up a woodworking business, and we're going to try and make this thrive. Oh, wow, I've got a newborn baby due at any minute. So we need to make this work, and I would love by January, February time for us to be turning over enough money that the company's making an income. That's my dream. So we've got 3-4 months to do this, 3-4 months to make it start ticking over, and hopefully I can show you guys that this works, and you can follow our journey, and you know, you guys can have an input. You guys can give us your thoughts and comments below, and we'll see where it takes us. You know, we can show the processes, we can show the machines we buy to start with, we can show the products that we're going to make. I can even get down to show you how we manufacture these products as well, because I know there's loads of enthusiasts that love woodworking, would love to know the processes, and there's multiple ways to skin a cat, let's say. So, and it all depends on budgets. This is what I found with woodwork over the years. Like, you know, you can build somebody a staircase, but their budget might be softwood, not hardwood. Their balustrades might be timber, mules, rather than metal and glass. You know, it's all to budget woodwork. But it's something I absolutely love, and it's a challenge in every aspect of the game. So, yeah, so I just thought, you know, let's make a little video. Let's make an introduction video. You know, the should I tell you what the company's going to be called now? Yeah, well, anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm probably going to call it a YouTube video. So we're going to call the company Woodline Timber, and I think that'll correlate and hopefully balance in with us growing the company a little bit more, because although we want it to be a joinery manufacturer or a woodworking manufacturer, whichever way you guys want to say it, and I'd like to make garage doors, gates, windows, all sorts of different products that come to woodworking, anything that pretty much sells, but we've got to keep it realistic, as in like our focus. I'm looking longer term, and I'm thinking, well, why can't we also be a timber supplier? You know, if we can get a big enough workshop, we can get a landing area to store some wood, and maybe just keep your plywoods, your soft timbers for carcassing and stuff, you know, your everyday wood that people will use here and there on site, and you know, and hopefully then our customer base will get bigger because we're also supplying a service as well as materials. But I'm just thinking long term there, and this is the thing, like everybody's goal is going to be different, and everybody, you know, you might start making chopping boards, let's say, which is great. If you're happy with that, why not? But that's your dream, not mine. So, you know, we've got to tailor our dreams and think about it. And I think if you always look long-term, not short-term, you're always going to set yourself up for if it does happen. And this can happen, you know. I'm not... It's a dream, isn't it? And if you work hard enough, dreams do come true. So, yeah. So, like I say, I'm going to go into partnership with my father-in-law. He's 60 now, probably on the verge of retiring, but I think he's looking at keeping active, and I think he's as enthusiastic about it as me. So yeah, so there's all sorts to get into. Like I say, regarding that, there's then material suppliers, product design, product manufacture, selling the product, you know, what platforms are we going to sell on? I've got a rough idea, but I've been doing a lot of research. I've been looking into stuff, and then getting the machines, setting up the workshop, opening day. I'm probably going to have to open it around my full-time job, work on evenings and weekends, but I don't see that being a problem. If you want something hard enough, you're going to go for it, aren't you? And then, yeah, just see where it leads. We'll document everything. We'll, you know, when we find the unit, I'll show you it. When we move into the unit, I'll show you it. We'll keep just making little videos, and then when we start making products, you know, I'll probably go through and manufacture stuff, or go through how I, you know, look at a piece of timber and what I'm going to get out of it. Yeah, and edit all this together so we can have a longevity of videos and documenting how we started up a woodworking business or a joinery workshop in the UK, and how it worked for us, you know. And, you know, we've got to set a realistic budget. Everybody's got a budget, so yeah, I'm not going to declare exactly how much we're going to spend initially, but it'll be a lot less than a second-hand car these days. You know, units aren't cheap as such, and obviously that gives overhead to the business, so you've got to start making money. So yeah, I've got a game plan. The game plan is we needed a company name. We've got the company name. We now need a unit. Hopefully, it's looking promising on the unit. We need machines. So we'll talk about machines on another video, and I'll go through what kind of machines that I would like and what I think we'll need. And we'll talk about product and how we then take that product from idea to market, and what I believe is probably the better line for that. Because some people might say, oh, you need a website. Now, website's great, but I've always found them very inefficient, and somebody out there might prove me wrong. This is just my view. So why, but there are marketplaces out there, Etsy, them kind of things that you can sell on. And that's probably the easiest way for a wood enthusiast or a joiner to start selling his own products. So these are the sort of things that we're going to look at and see what's available, what we can get into. So yeah, it's really exciting. I'm absolutely buzzing about this. I love the thought of being workshop based again. We just need to find some machines. Hopefully we found the building. And hopefully now we're going to document everything, and you guys can follow the journey. And, you know, just comment in below. Let me know where you guys are from and what your guys' thoughts are. And like I say, we'll probably next one I'll make a video on where we're going to do it from. Maybe next one after that we'll talk marketing strategy, product strategy, and then maybe the one after that, hopefully machines. Like, we might have to do some traveling around the country to pick up some. You know, and these are only going to be 240 machines in the UK, so your normal plug-in standard machines, but I'll show you that we can produce quite a variant of stuff from these. So yeah, I'm buzzing. So yeah, guys, I would appreciate if you followed us, followed our dream, and follow your dreams. You know, hopefully we can help inspire people and bring on the next generation of woodworkers, because I think the old woodworking side, joinery manufacturing side, I think it's a dying trade these days. I think it is. So yeah, let us know below. Well, gods, and love you all.